Oh, I can't I? Yes, I can. I can't I? Yes, I can. Superb lids really seal, and that blue ring makes me feel like I can. Yes, I can. I can. Canning used to be a ball, then it wasn't fun at all. But we're back on the track once again. And now there's nothing that can top when I hear those lids go. I can, yes I can, I can.
Oh, I can't I? Yes, I can. I can't I? Yes, I can. Superb lids really seal, and that blue ring makes me feel like I can. Yes, I can, I can.
Is there any better feeling than to hear a jar lid sealing over food that you grew yourself? I'm so glad we've left behind days when lids were hard to find, 'cause now Superb turns them out by the shelf. Oh, I can, can't I? Yes, I can. I can, can't I? Yes, I can. Superb lids really seal, and that blue ring makes me feel like I can. Yes, I can. Oh, I know I really can. I can, yes, I can. I can.
Why are they so good? Actually, this is a product that was specifically engineered for the home canner. Number one is the seal. There's more sealing compound in the lid than most of the other brands, and it's blue, so if it's blue, you know it was us, and it lasts longer. The second thing is it's structurally more sound. You'll notice when you hold it in your hand that it feels thicker and stronger, and that's the geometric shape that we engineered into it. It'll be less likely to buckle, which is a common problem in canning lids. And then finally, the third one is the pop feature. When you hear it pop, you'll know it's a Superb lid because it's a lot louder. And it's louder, again, because of the way it was engineered, but more importantly, when it pops, you know you have enough vacuum to seal the can for a long time.
They make a much louder ping than any regular can lid. It just, and you hear it. And you know that sound, I can tell you from the other end of my house when my jars are sealing. But this one was like thong. It was entirely different, and it was much louder. Even my dad, and he has hearing trouble, he was in the other end of their house and he heard it seal, and he came through and he said, "That's the first time I've heard a canning lid seal in a long time."
I don't think it's any secret that we have had some companies that have done really great in the past and then kind of fallen off the map with what we can use in our kitchens. We as end users started to see a decline in how good the lids were sealing. And this was something that we saw across the board. So when I would teach people, or when I would have one-on-one consultations with people and they would say, "Why aren't my lids sealing? What am I doing wrong?" We would go over all of the things that could possibly be going wrong.
Something happened. I don't know what happened. I can't prove that they changed, but something changed, because I have been in the canning kitchen for almost 40 years now, because I was born into this. Our seal fail rate had gone from maybe 2 or 3 in a year to about 25% of every batch, which is a lot because we put up a ton of food every year. and we rely on that food to be our sustenance through the winter. The first ones that began to fail, my mom was like, maybe we did something wrong. And as time went on, it was going bad for me. We had a neighbor who lost an entire season of tomatoes.
And then it hit me that there's a lot more to this than just making canning lids. This has to do with sustainability and food for the families that depend on it.
I started getting more and more people, and people coming to me that were saying, I've been canning for 30 years. I don't understand why now I'm having an issue with my lids. And that's when I really started to take a look at the lids and why are they the way they are? And so when Superb came to me and said, can we please send you some lids? And we have this new technology. We want to try this out. We've been testing it in the market. It's doing really great. Can we send you some lids? Can you try them? Absolutely. So I tried them and they worked. And I didn't have any problems with them. And then I kept using them and kept using them. And they were consistently sealing and staying sealed. And no matter what I did, no matter how I tried to make those lids fail, I couldn't get them to fail. And so then that's when I started sharing that with others, that, hey, there's this new company out there. They do care about us as canners. They do care if our lids are sealing or not sealing, and they are working. They're working on vacuum sealing, water bath canning, pressure canning, dry canning, oven canning. Everything I can do to make these lids fail, they are not failing. And so because of that, I'm just switching to Superb.
When John approached us about the canning lids, at first I didn't believe it. It was already a 100-year-old product. John admitted that even though it's a 100-year-old product, there was more to gain by redesigning it and making it into something significantly better.
So the best way to describe it is that we combine the work ethic that we have in this community with high-tech technology.
We went out to a number of the Amish families, over 100 of them in this area, and asked for their assistance. And that actually helped us a lot because they bought into the product development, and we were able to speed up the product development.
We tried to take a 21st century modern technology perspective and use the latest and greatest technology to make a product that's been being made for 100 years.
I've really enjoyed working with John and the people here. They take pride in their work. And I think that's probably what sets apart a great American business.
And while big companies might think, it doesn't matter, it's just a home canner, we know from our interaction on social media that the consumer has noticed, and they're paying attention, and we're going to pay attention to them, and we're going to supply that market with better product that's been out there for a long time.
There's been a real disconnect between the younger generation and where their food comes from.
So right now we've been living in abundance, and you get lazy.
And so that has created what I call a homestead tsunami.
People are just moving towards that as a goal. They want to produce rather than consume.
I think going to the summit wasn't just one step forward, it was 10 steps forward.
There's knowledge for everyone. Like, even though we've been doing this for, this will be our 10th year, having a garden and everything, there's always something to learn.
If you've been gardening for years, you'll enjoy the event because you'll get to be around thousands of other gardeners and exhibitors that all have something to bring to your life. If you're brand new to gardening and you haven't gardened and you're wondering, okay, where do I start? We'll have something for you as well.
We're bringing together the top names in the homesteading movement. So we'll have 2 days of keynote speaking.
We're also looking forward this year to Rory Feek. That's one of her favorite artists. And
I've listened to them since back when we got married. Yeah, actually I got their CD first at my job at Cracker Barrel in Fort Wayne.
We will have a lot of hands-on stuff, learning how to do everything from canning to making a rope to timber framing.
We're gonna map out our our plan of action a little bit better this year. Because there is just so much to see, so much knowledge that's being shared, and it's a really special event.
So that'll be a really exciting event we're looking forward to this year.
So we hope to see you June 21st and 22nd at the next Food Independence Summit in Walnut Creek, Ohio.
Well, the beauty is that abundance is still here. We just haven't leveraged it.
If it's in your heart and you want it bad enough, you can get it. There's no more excuses.
Oh yeah, for sure. We already have our Airbnb booked.